Hello, Julie here, and thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel today. Today I'm going to start making two 6x6 inch Christmas journals. This is part of my design team work for Paper Inspirations, and you will find links to all of the products that I use in the description box below. Okay, so I'm going to be using these uniquely creative papers from the what's it called? A Christmas Dream. And I'm going to make two journals. So what I'm going, and they're going to be 6x6. So I'm going to just cut the branding strip off, and then I'm going to cut each page at 6 inches. So that will give me one page each for my journals. So I'll just put them up there. I'm going to use 3 pages from the pack. I've got the the collection, the whole collection, which is very handy. I got that in my design team kit from Paper Inspirations. And I'm going to cut this one in half. So that's got that on the back. Now that, I'll see how I go with that. I'll probably cover that up with something. And this one. Now, to go with this, being pink, oopsie, I'm going to, some time ago, I can't even remember how long ago it was, I did some avocado dyeing of some paper and things, and I'm going to put that paper with these papers. It's a slightly different pink, but I'll see how it goes. So let's put our two, let's put that one with that one, and that one. So this is the avocado dyed paper that I have. It's not quite the same pink you can see there, but I think they'll be alright together. So if I'm going to fold these in half, so that's going to be my journal, 6x6. So what I'm thinking is I will have a pattern and then one of these. Now I've got a music sheet which will be big enough, so pattern and then and I've only got one music sheet there, so I've got this other writing paper, so that one can go in there. I've got these, so that one can go next, so I've got those two. And then I've got that pattern, and then I've got this lace dyed, coffee dyed, avocado dyed paper, so that will go next there. And then this, and then I've got this book page. Now that will be a smaller page, like so. Oops, that one goes there, that one goes there, and then I think I might put one of these, like that. So let me have a look how many pages that works out to. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 fours 28, so that is enough, I think. So that'll be 28 pages. So that is what I'm going to do, except that I want a pattern in the centre. A pattern in the centre. Now I have got more of those papers. So I might put that one in the centre of that because that's really pretty. So let's cut that. And because that's got that on the bottom, I will cover that with something. That at 6 inches that way. So that will be the centre of that one. So that's that one. Now I need a centre for this one. Let me have a look. What else we've got here? Put that on there. Have I already got that one in this one? Yes, I have. So I could swap. What's on the back of that? I'll put that one there on the centre of that one. Or should I put that one? Have I already got that one in there? No. So I think I'll put this one in the centre, the bottom part of this one, so this section here. Okay, that's that. So let me have another look at this. We're putting that in the centre. I may not need all of that. I've got that. Yeah. I don't think I'll put two of these together. Okay, so you've got that, got that, got that, got that, got that, that, and that. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 4 28, so that's enough. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's swap that one over for that one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very good. Very good indeed. So they're going to be my they're going to be my 2 journals. So I'm going to cut these bigger ones down to 6 inches. I'm going to keep the holes on that page just for a little bit of interest, and cut this off at 6 inches. I can use these strips for either a collage, or I might use them for a pocket or something in this same album. Trim this down to 6. Keep the darker grungy a bit to add a little bit of interest. Trim that along the top. There, and then that one. Okay, now this one. I have been meaning to do some more avocado dyeing, but we've stopped eating avocado, so I have to rely on my daughter giving me avocados when she eats them. And yes, anyway, she might start eating a bit more now that the summer's here. She's quite a big salad fan, so yes, that'll be good. I saw on can't remember the name of her now. She's quite popular. I followed one of her tutorials anyway on doing the avocado dyeing and how to get this deeper colour, because yeah, I'm quite partial to the deeper colour. So there we go. There's my 2 journals. That's what I will be putting in them. Now I'm going to score these and fold them. You don't need to watch me do that. Everybody knows how to do that. So I'm going to do that off camera and then I'll come back. Okay, so what I've decided to do is I cut these down to 11.5 because I wanted to use a sheet of paper, 12-inch paper, as my cover. So I wanted the cover to extend out a little. So I'm going to now cut this bit here that pokes out off. I don't want that on there, so I'm going to use my ruler and pull those in as tight as I can. Okay, and then I'm going to use my ruler and knife to trim them down to the same size as the front. So I'm just running along. I'm not pressing very hard. I'm just going to work my way through. Okay. So it's nice and flush. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing with this one, and then I'll come back and we'll put some covers on. I'll cut out some covers and show you how I'm going to attach those. So for the covers, I've got this watercolour paper. So this is it here, this is the pad. It's A3 size. It's 300 GSM, 100% cotton watercolour paper. And I've trimmed that down so that it's 6.5 by 12. And I've done two, of course, one for each journal. Now this is an iron-on double-sided interfacing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron this on to there, and then I'm going to apply some calico, and that will be the inside of my album. Now I'm not sure whether I'll use the same iron-on interfacing for the outside of the cover, because my plan is to use paper on the outside of the cover. So I haven't decided whether to use the interfacing or whether to use glue just to attach that. But that's what I'm going to do, and because it involves ironing, I can't do it here on camera, so I'm going to do that off camera, and when I've got that done, I'll come back and I will trim the, did I say 12.5? No, it's 12 inches that way and 6.5 that way. I think that's what I said. But I'm going to trim my pattern paper. Now this is the one I'm going to use for the front of one. And this is like 7 inches tall, so I'm going to lose some of it. But I'm going to cut it as best I can to get the most of it. So it's going to cut this off. I don't know whether you can see what I'm doing or not, actually. So I'll move that out of the way. So I'm going to cut that off. Then, if I can find my ruler, wherever that might be. Oh, I can do it here. So if I go 6.5 inches from the bottom, I'm going to cut that off there. If I cut, say, I'm happy to lose that much. Means I'm going to lose an inch off the bottom, because that's 7.5. So if I cut it there, and then I've got to cut an inch off the bottom, which is, where's that ruler? There we go. So if I cut an inch off the bottom, I'm going to lose, say, about that much. That might be alright. Come up a bit higher. I'm going to cut it there. And I can always decide later on where I want to go. So if I go to 6.5, what am I going to lose? Well, that will still be alright, won't it? Yeah, so cut that at 6.5. So that's going to be one cover. it's only just going to cover it. That'll be like that on the front and that on the back. Okay, so now I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to cut this off here. And then where does 6.5 get me? To there. Perfect. So that's going to be my other cover. I've got one in there and one in here. Fine. So they're my two covers. So I'm going to go off and do my ironing thing and see how I go, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to use the double-sided interfacing to attach the front cover or whether I'm going to use glue for that. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, so I have added my calico to one side and I've decided to use glue to attach my papers. And because I'm going to sew around it, so it doesn't have to be, you know, too solid. So I figured that glue stick would probably do the trick until I do stitch around. So I'm going to attach this and line it up. And line it up perfectly. If it goes crooked, right, I'm just going to have to put my head over this to make sure that I get it exactly right. There we go. Here's my bone folder. Just smooth that down. I've got a bit of glue on my hand, so I'm going to just use a wipe to get rid of that. I don't want to get any glue on this. So I'm actually not that worried if I don't get it right to the edge, so because as I said I'm going to stitch it, so that will hold that in place, hold the edges down. So that's that one attached. Now I'm going to do the same for this one. I don't usually use a glue stick, but I've seen lots of people using them and they don't seem to have any problem with them, so I never have the confidence that they're going to stay in place. Rightio, so that's my front and back covers attached to the watercolour paper cardstock. So I'm going to take this now to my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch all around the edge. of both of them. Okay, so I have stitched around both of my covers. I've done a straight row and a zigzag row on both of them, and I started to stitch around my signature pages, and then I realised that so I've stitched around that one and this one. Then I realised that this one had to have something on the back before I stitch around that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this video now, and I'm going to back the pages that need to be backed with something. I might use some of the pattern paper, or I might use some of the avocado dyed paper. I'm not sure yet what I'll cut back that with, but I'll do that and I'll stitch around them all, and then in the next video we'll assemble the journals and start to decorate them. So that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found something useful in there, and yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed it enough that you will give me a thumbs up maybe, or subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I hope you can join me when I post my next video. Okay, bye.